What is going on, everybody? It is Above the Ice, Into the Numbers, Episode 3 with your boys David D'Amico, Christian Storino, and Julian D'Alessandro. I was going to send you guys for an intro, but then I realized, you don't really know what order you're going in. Welcome back. Hopefully, we get a lot of returning listeners here because we work hard, love the Leafs, and we're about to talk about them. Hey. You guys want to get into the Blackhawks-Leafs game?
Sure, for sure.
All right, but first of all, how you guys feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good today. Happy to be here. Happy to record. Excited to talk.
It's another good Wednesday, another good day in Leafland, but...
Is it, though?
Is it, though?
Really?
Is it?
It's really not.
Yeah, not a good day in Leafland. Not a good day in Toronto. The snow just sort of hit us out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's brutal, man. Like, it was November 13th.
Oh, my God.
And I'm already walking through slush here. I had to get my boots shipped down from my parents' place. I still haven't worn them yet, but yeah, it's been terrible.
Yeah, November 13th.
It went from short sleeve season to parka season.
Like that, yeah.
There was no in between whatsoever.
There was no fall this year. Fall just didn't exist.
And fall's the best season. Can we all agree?
No.
No, in terms of clothing.
Okay.
Because hoodies.
Clothing-wise, fall's the best season, but in terms of what is the best season, it's winter, buddy.
No, it's summer.
Wow.
It's summer.
Yeah.
It's summer.
Christmas, buddy. Come on.
Christmas is like a 1 day thing.
Winter gets hockey, and it gets
Christmas.
Yeah.
Summer gets no school. Summer gets
nice weather.
Cottage time.
Vacations.
Good Canadian kids being good Canadian kids. All right, bud.
Free agency.
That's always always a good time.
At least for Leaf fans.
Yo, I don't even know what I'm saying because my birthday's in summer as well.
So is mine.
When's your birthday, bud?
August 29th.
July 29th.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
Free agency is always a good time unless you're an Islanders fan.
Yeah.
Oh
man.
Seriously.
I mean, are we really gonna trash them when they're 12-3-2 here?
Yes.
Honestly.
Oh yeah. Honestly, the hatred that I have for that team.
By the time you're listening to this, they probably beat us like 6-1.
No, they don't score, so it'll be like 3-0.
Okay.
Yeah, tonight
3-0 with 2 empty netters.
Barzal scoring 100%.
3-0. 2 empty netters. That's what I'm calling. Just like the most boring game you can imagine.
Matt Martin's gonna get
the game-winning goal. And so will Cal Clutterbuck because he's from Welland, and that's close enough to Toronto.
Just because he's Clutterbuck alone.
Exactly. All right, so you guys want to talk about the Blackhawks-Leafs game?
No, but we're going to talk about it
absolute gong show of a game.
Disaster.
What was it, 5-4 final, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
What I feel like every single Leafs-Blackhawks game of the past 2 years, Blackhawks just shell us in the first period, and then we either come back or we almost come back.
Do you remember the game last year when it was 4-0 after the first?
Yeah, at home as well.
At home. And then would they make it 5-4? They lost 5-4.
It was 5-0, and they pulled it back to 5-4, and then lost because who was their goalie? Chicago's goalie last year.
Starts
with an R.
Oh, I remember who you're talking about as well.
Oh man,
this is annoying.
Scott Foster.
No, I'm gonna look.
Corey Crawford.
No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay, well, he pushed the net off.
Oh my God, I remember
and
that.
That's why we lost.
Oh, I do remember that. The thing is, I was in
Colin Delia.
Oh, Colin Delia. I was in Italy. Okay, while this game was going on.
Subtle flex.
Woo. No, but this game was at 2 a.m. for me. I stayed up to watch this, and after the first period, I stopped watching. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Is this really what's going on right now?"
It was actually a really entertaining game though.
It must have been. Yeah, but 5-0. It's 3 a.m. for me at that point. I just want to go to sleep.
Oh, even watching the game on Sunday, I was just like, "This is the exact same game."
This is
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't know why we keep doing it to ourselves, and then we end up losing the game anyway.
But can I say, Julian and I were talking about this.
Why even come back if you're not going to win?
Why even come back if you're not going to win? Julian and I were talking about this. The second and third period was probably the best hockey I've seen from the Maple Leafs all season.
100%.
Oh, that third period.
Well, why don't they always play like that?
Exactly. And on a second half of a back-to-back, we're using this excuse as, the back-to-back, they're tired.
Chicago was on the second half of back-to-back, too.
Chicago was on the second. Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's pro athletes going against pro athletes here. Yeah. If you can pull off 26 shots, granted, that's score effects because, they were down. But if you can pull off 26 shots in the third period and they absolutely dominated them, I don't understand why they can't just do that every night.
And if you think about it, another thing is our backup goalie is Hutchinson and their backup goalie is Robin Leonard. So that's a little bit unfair. But I think we definitely played better.
What was the shot total? Wasn't it 54 for the Leafs?
Pull that up
it was 50. I would guess,
however,
but we have it.
Robin Leonard, Is he actually their backup though?
I think he is.
Is it Crawford? Like, who do they consider their?
I'll see you starting more games. I'll get a little fact check going here.
I think they play Crawford more.
I'd be surprised if they do.
Who's older actually?
Okay,
Crawford, right?
The shot total was 57 to 34.
That's unbelievable.
Crawford has started 8 games. Okay, he's played in 8 games. His record is 3-4.
Leonard's probably started 9 then.
Yeah, Leonard's definitely had more.
Yeah, Leonard's 4-3-2. So 9 games.
And his save percentage
there's
is pretty
starts.
good as well.
934, 2.51 GAA.
Yeah.
Robin Lehner is a good goalie.
I don't know.
His average shots on goal against 35. Oh,
wow.
I just hit my mic. That kind of workload is unbelievable. That's a Frederick Anderson type of workload.
Yeah, and I think it really comes down to when you look at the Leafs on paper, you go, they should win against the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, every time.
Every time. I was talking to you about it, David. We were like, 2 easy wins, Philly, Chicago.
Yeah, this should have been a 5-game win streak.
Yeah, you can never look at it like that. 2 easy wins. Never.
For the Toronto Maple Leafs.
No, not even that. In the NHL, there's no such thing as an easy win. I don't think.
Yeah.
That's a good point. But the thing is, I was less crushed by the Philly game than I was by the Blackhawks game, because I felt that the goals that Philly scored were not directly because of Leaf breakdowns.
Yeah.
Like that Philip Myers goal.
Unbelievable.
Honestly,
oh my God.
I swear to God, I thought it was deflected. Like that was such a perfect shot.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Yeah, it was incredible. And then the Oscar Lindblom, that's a little bit of luck playing in there. Granted, you got to cover that.
I thought it was JVR at first.
Oh my God, but yeah, with that kind of deflection.
Yeah.
Oscar Lindblom's had an incredible year so far. He's on pace for
him and
41
Konechny
goals.
are just
Unbelievable.
But,
And then Claude Giroux as a goalie, I can tell you that Freddie looked mad. I understand why. You don't take a slap shot from the hash marks. Granted, I'm just salty and it worked.
yeah.
Like that's ballsy and he pulled it off. So
Yeah,
kudos to him.
I'll tell you, I was at the game, and when that shot went in, everyone around was just like,
Holy crap.
how does that happen? How? Claude Giroux, I think he goes down as one of the most underrated players because he is just so good.
Yeah.
Anywhere on the ice.
Yeah, I mean, every now and then he gets a bit overrated. I mean, that 100-point season, people are calling him a top 5 center in the league, even though that's not even his position anymore.
Yeah, I think he's not even the best player on Philly.
Who would you put in?
Ivan Provorov.
Couturier, 100%.
Couturier, yeah.
I don't know.
And he's been playing injured too.
Yeah. Couturier drives the offense 5-on-5. He drives that line. When Drew plays away from Couturier, he's not as good. It's just Couturier's amazing.
Okay, let's go all the way back to the Kings game.
Yeah.
Kings.
I'm not going to recap it, just because there have been 2 players who really stood out to me.
Oh, okay. I know where you're going there.
Number 34 and number 88, Austin Matthews and William Nylander. They have really stepped up to me in the past 3 games.
34 and 88. So you mean James Reimer and David Pastrnak?
James Reimer, David Pastrnak have been incredible. They've been incredible.
Bring back James Reimer, 2019.
I wish. No, but like these 2 players have been unbelievable. Like they had good starts to the season, but they haven't been like, when they get out there, you think that they're going to score. You know, that kind of threat, that kind of David Pastrnak or Jerron Marchand line threat. I haven't seen that from them this season.
Even though...
And then recently, I have. That Janssen has been incredible for me. Janssen has been a super underrated player on this Leafs team. And honestly, I think Matthews and Nylander have severely stepped up in the past 3 games.
Yeah. Even though, like, you could say Matthews was playing better at the beginning of the season, like, stats-wise, I think what he's doing now is more sustainable.
Yeah, because everything balances out. Like you were saying, it's about a sustainable pace. And, I mean, he wrote 4 assists, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's more sustainable. Not 4 assists, but, like, getting, like, in the last 4 games, he has 2 goals, 7 assists, 9 points.
Yeah.
I think that's more sustainable than in the first 10
well, maybe his goals tick up there because,
yeah,
he is an underrated playmaker, but he's going to drive that line of goals.
He's not going to shoot, like, 45% the whole year.
No.
So his assists were going to have to come up eventually.
Yeah.
I'd probably argue that it is the best Maple Leaf line right now.
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's just, I really hope Nylander can carry out this momentum throughout the season, because if he does, I think Leaf fans will be very pleased with him.
I think this goes for all players, but especially for Nylander. I think he's really a player that relies on his confidence.
Yeah.
And he's putting the puck in the back of the net, getting some puck luck here. His confidence has to be at an all-time high right now, at least in the past 2 years. He hasn't seen this sort of production from himself in a bit, and now he knows he can do it. He's going to start finding his spots. I think he's going to hit the back of the net a lot more. He's been a great player for me so far this year. He's consistently been a top 3 forward on the ice for the Leafs every game.
100%. he's already matched his goal tally from last year at 7. And he did it in 19 games instead of 54 games. So,
that's a
and
decent
David, I
start.
think I even agree with you about Andreas Janssen. Like, it's just brought him up as a player as well.
Yeah, to me he strikes me as a guy who he can play a bigger role, but he is sort of a more skilled Zach Hyman.
Yeah.
In that he's been going in the corners, he's been super aggressive. I love it, and he's just parking himself in front of the net.
He's not afraid to get in there, and also he's always at the right place at the right time. It seems like to get that goal.
If you watch him with the Marlies too, that front of the net cleaning up the garbage, that's his bread and butter.
Exactly.
That's the easiest way to score for him. And he's got a little bit of a one-timer too. Eh?
Yeah.
He's unleashed that.
He's got a
couple
hard
times.
shot.
Yeah,
Guy's
I
got a
like
hard
that.
shot.
So what do we think about the goalie issues here? So Hutchinson obviously has not been good. He got sent down. Kaskisu
Casimir Kaskisuo.
cannot pronounce his name. Just Finnish backup goalie has been called up.
Yeah, I'm 26-year-old Casimir Kaskisuo. 8 games with the Marlies. He has a 928, which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
Granted, I won't go off of 8 games because he's had previous seasons with the Marlies that weren't as successful. But you need a change. And listen, Hutchinson, I think, has taken a little more blame than he deserves. I'm not going to lie to you. I think he's been brutal.
I don't know about that.
I think he's been brutal, but I think the Leafs defense has also absolutely collapsed in front of him.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a combination, and granted, you need those saves from him. So I understand why he's sent down. I'm just saying I don't think he's the direct reason for every single loss he's been a part of.
I do feel bad for the guy because, you come
He's
in.
from Toronto, man.
Yeah, you want to make a statement, and you enter that game against Chicago, and you're 0-4-1, and this whole Leafs nation are just looking at you like, we got to get him out of here already.
Yeah.
And I guess when you're in that position, you kind of look and you go, what else are we going to do?
Well, at least now, so Mitch Martin obviously sustained a pretty severe high ankle sprain in the Philly game. He's going to be out minimum 4 weeks. And that means you can be put on LTR, which means you do get cap relief. You are able to acquire a backup goaltender in that time if you choose to do so. But, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they take the chance on Kaskisuo. They see what they got, right? Maybe, listen, sometimes guys are even better than they are in the NHL than they were in the AHL.
I definitely think he's earned the look. Not even just for the 8 games this year, but even the playoffs last year for the Marlies.
He was great in the playoffs.
He was
last
really
year.
good.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him play. I think it's going to be something different, and I think the Leafs needed
a change.
I think he has something to prove.
Hopefully. Yeah, because, I mean, he's seen Sparks called up ahead of him. He's seen Pickard called up ahead of him. He's seen Antoine Bibeau called up ahead of him.
Bibeau.
Remember Antoine Bibeau?
Oh, yeah, baby.
And now Hutchinson, he's like, this is our 6th string goalie.
Seriously.
And I think he wants to prove that he can be here.
This can be a huge
Any player
statement.
would.
This is definitely like a big. He's definitely been like relishing for this opportunity because 2 years ago he wasn't even like good enough to be on the Marlies. They loaned him out to Chicago,
Yeah.
so he was the 5th option, and now he's worked his way all the way up to the 2nd option. So I think he's gonna
Yes,
want to prove
hopefully.
himself.
He can step it up here. Yeah, but I mean, you guys, I think we can all agree. The Leafs get a league average, maybe a bit below from their backup goalie. Like, that's all we really need.
Yeah.
Right? Granted, we need much better efforts in front of our backup goalies.
But he literally, it's impossible for him to be worse than Hutchinson.
Yeah, and a team needs that confidence with their goaltender, right?
Yeah.
They need a guy to go out there, make some big saves for him, just to show, like, we're in this game. I'm going to keep you in this game. You better go out and score a couple goals for me.
Yeah.
Here, I'll ask you guys a question. What do you guys think, or who do you guys think is the best backup goalie that the Leafs have had in the last 3 years?
Oh, it's Curtis McElhinney.
McElhinney. That's not really,
I'm really happy about that answer.
Yeah.
There's no other answer.
However, I'm not.
Yeah.
Hindsight is 20/20 vision, right? And people saying we should have kept McElhinney. Obviously, looking back, we should have. But he was a 905, 906 career save percentage when he came to the Leafs. And this 35-year-old put up a 920, right? A career with the Leafs. And when you have 2 goalies that were top in the AHL last season, in Pickard and Sparks, you have to take a chance on that. You got to think, okay, McElhinney isn't sustainable here, even though he has been. Congratulations to him, because players just don't break out when they're 35.
Yeah.
Right? And so I understand that they had to take a chance. It just hasn't worked out, and it's sort of blown up in our faces here. And now we really are looking for a backup goalie. It's a seriously important role in hockey. I think goalie load management is something that's been very underrated in the past couple seasons. I mean, I don't know if I've brought this up on the podcast before, but look at the past Cup winners and Cup finalists. Jordan Binnington, your past Stanley Cup winner, didn't play an entire season. Tuukka Rask was also in the Stanley Cup Finals last year. He split starts with Yaroslav Halak. Braden Holtby, your Stanley Cup winner, lost his starting job in the regular season, so he didn't start as many games. He was incredible in the playoffs. Like, Marc-Andre Fleury and Matt Murray, they split starts as well, even in the playoffs. You need a rested goalie if you want to go deep now, and that's a very important thing to have.
Yeah, I think we just got to see what Kaskisuo can offer. I don't think anybody knows what's gonna happen. Hopefully, he's good.
No, yeah, he's a wild card.
Yeah,
and sometimes we just need one of those to work out at this point.
Like David, I think
do you call him Michael Neuwirth?
Oh
no.
Apparently, they were looking at Scott Darling.
Also, no.
I see, David. I think you bring up a really good point because Anderson just plays way too many games, and it's like he gets tired, he gets worn out. Also,
Marc-Andre Fleury, he was injured, but he didn't play an entire season with Vegas. You can't start more than 60 games if you want a deep cup run.
Yeah,
I guess.
Freddie's been burnt out in the playoffs every single year.
Yeah,
3 years in a row now, man.
3 years in a row.
3 years.
Okay, I say we just move into the Marner injury now. So what do we think? How do we think the Leafs are gonna play?
Well, I'm a little disappointed because Zach Hyman's coming back tonight, and I wanted to see the
Tavares, Marner, Hyman line.
Yeah, and I
don't think he's gonna be put back on that first line right away though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Babcock put him maybe on the third line with like Kapanen and Kerfoot or something like that.
I was thinking even the fourth line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, can you really demote Mikheyev?
That's a good point. Yeah, that's the thing. Who do you take out when Hyman's back now?
Nick Shore.
We forget it's Mike Babcock.
Yeah, even though Nick Shore. Oh, the lights turned off for Julian.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I have the lines here from yesterday. The lines were Janssen, Matthews, Nylander, Hyman, Tavares, Kapanen. So Hyman is on.
Hyman is on that second line.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Mikheyev's down to the third line with Kerfoot and Moore, and the fourth line is Patan, Shore, Gauthier.
Nick Patan. I was looking at this. And in 5 games he's been with the Leafs, do you guys know what his Corsi rating has been?
Probably really high.
67.4.
Unbelievable.
Granted, it's 5 games.
In 5 games,
but I'm saying he's performed.
Yeah, he's been good.
I want Patan up on that main roster. I think he can bring a lot. He's a good fast guy, you know.
He's clearly too good for the AHL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's beyond that. It's about finding a role for him with this Leafs team.
Yeah, I think, David, we were even talking about it one time, how on any other team, like think about Vancouver. I think Patan might play on Vancouver. Josh Levo, right? Perfect example.
Yeah.
So who do we think is going to have to step up the most, or who do we think is going to step up the most in Marner's absence?
Matthews, Nylander, Janssen.
I would say even
to be a killer of a line.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe Kapanen?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think Kapanen maybe.
He's been playing some good hockey lately.
Yeah, I like him. I think he's playing very well. It's just up to where Babcock puts him, what line he puts him on, I think. Who do you guys think he meshes the best with?
Kapanen. I think ideally you want him on the third line with Kerfoot.
That's a fully healthy lineup.
Yeah,
though, right?
Now he's going to play with Tavares. Hopefully he can capitalize on that. Tavares has made worse players better.
Kyle Okposo.
So hopefully it didn't work with Kapanen and Tavares didn't work at the beginning of the season, but maybe it'll work now.
Yeah, and they've spent more time together. It's just about getting those reps in. Maybe they just weren't adjusted. It was also the beginning of a new season. There's a lot of factors that played in that why they weren't successful. And now they've both had some success into the season. Their confidence is a bit higher. Because you saw on that bench how distraught Marner and Kapanen were in the beginning of the season, right? Now, things have been a bit better. They've been playing a bit better as a team lately. Hopefully it works out. And if not, you can always give, a guy like Ilya Mikheyev a chance on that line because he has done everything that has been asked of him. He has been incredible. I love Ilya Mikheyev on this team.
I'm very impressed by him. I even would probably go to length and say that he's been better than Moore, and he might deserve a chance. Yeah. I would really like him to play with, maybe even give him a shot with Matthews and Nylander at one point, but maybe not.
That would be if the line goes into a slump, though.
Yeah,
I'm
right
not
now.
taking Janssen off that line.
Not right now, but one day.
Do we think any Marlies could potentially jump up? Bracco.
I really like Bracco. I really want to see Bracco.
I think if you're going to give Bracco a shot, you call him up yesterday. You call him up.
Yeah.
You put him right with Tavares and Kapanen.
Because he is Mitch Martin.
And,
but worse.
You can... If Bracco can't play with Tavares right now, then I don't think he'll ever be able to. You got to see. This is the only time he'll be able to crack the top 6.
Right.
So I think maybe it's even a showcase. If he plays really well, when Marner comes back, maybe the team would give up something for a player like that.
Yeah, I think Jeremy Bracco definitely becomes a piece that we look at moving. if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't see him fitting on this team.
Same.
He's really a power play specialist. But there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But the Leafs have those.
Yeah, so
I mean, granted, our power play is terrible. But he's terrible in his own end. And he's incredible in the power play. And he can make any pass you can imagine.
Yeah.
But there are teams that are looking for that.
Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly addressing any Leafs needs if he comes up to this team.
Him being the AHL doesn't do him any good right now. I think he's too good for the AHL, but he's not good enough to crack the team. So it's,
right.
Yeah, I think you could definitely get a defensive asset for Bracco. But like, who would you
trade Cody Ceci as well?
Yeah, package that
God.
deal.
I mean, trade Cody Ceci anyways.
Yeah.
Just regardless. It is so hard to watch him, especially in that Chicago game.
Yeah, so if we go back to Marlies, I'd like to see called up. I'd like to see Rasmus Sandin called up.
Yeah, man.
I think you just wait on that.
Do you think he gets like a Travis Dermott treatment?
I think even if you want to wait till the playoffs, I don't think he makes us that much better that it's worth. I think he'll develop better on the first pairing in the AHL.
9 points in 8 games with the Marlies this year.
Yeah, he's only 19 though. I don't think there's no need to rush him.
I would say wait till next year.
No need to rush him, but this is also a team that's a cup contender.
Yeah, but who is he better than definitively on our D-core? Right?
Cody Ceci.
Just Ceci. But are we going to play Sandin 29 minutes a night?
No, but I think here's the thing. Granted, we don't want to rush him, but you lose Tyson Berry and Jake Muzzin hypothetically in the offseason. Like, they're not on the team. You need to go for it now. There's no saying that this blue line might be worse next season than it is now.
Yeah.
Oh, it will be.
It will
100%.
But the thing is, I don't see what calling Sandin up now and calling him up for the playoffs. I don't think it makes that much of a difference.
I think if he performs and you call him up with like 20 games left in the season, like
maybe
the Travis Dermott treatment.
You can do that.
You guys.
By the way, Travis Dermott has really impressed me since I was never the biggest Dermott guy. I've loved him on this team. He's been an incredible puck mover. His skating is always fantastic. Granted, he pinches a little too much sometimes, but he's young. He's going to do that.
He's looking a lot better.
He's looking much more improved.
And I think
than he was
Hall has looked really good too.
Hall has looked incredible.
He's earned a spot on this team.
He's earned a spot to play with Morgan Riley.
I think so. I think you fire CC into the sun.
Oh God, yeah.
You throw Hall with Riley, and you throw Dermott with whoever.
Do you guys think Liljegren will get a chance
this season?
Yeah.
No.
He just went down last Marlies game with a pretty bad looking injury.
Oh, that's right, actually.
So he's put up 8 points in 13 games so far this year.
I mean, that's good. Like, he's not really an offensive defenseman, but I think next season he'll get a look.
Of course. But if we're talking about right shot defenseman, Tyson Berryman.
Oh.
This has been heartbreaking for me personally. I love the guy.
It's November now, man.
It's November.
It's been 20 games.
Yeah, you need adjustment periods, but it's been 20 games, and he just hasn't improved.
Is it still 1 point?
No.
He's got more than 1 point.
But not even points. It's just he has not looked good. I think we need to shuffle up the pairings.
He's put up 5 points in 19 games. This is a guy who's flirted with 60 points his past 2 seasons.
Yep.
Not only 60 points, but he had 38 points in 74 games the year before that, and 50 points in 78 games.
I say we try throwing him with Riley, just see what happens.
I would not mind that at all.
They looked really good. One of the reasons why we played so good in the last two periods of the Chicago game was Babcock put Riley with Barry.
Yeah,
and
honestly,
we dominated 5-5.
I know they're both offensive defensemen, but at this point, if it's gonna get Barry going,
just go for it. Yeah,
go for it. Because I'm not even worried about point production. It's a matter of he just hasn't generated anything offensively.
No,
nothing.
It's really, really sad because
and it's not like he's a defensive stalwart that can make up for it.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you put Barry with Riley, then personally I would go Muzz and Dermott, but that does leave CC with Hall.
That does leave 2 right-handed shots together. And 2
yeah,
left-handed shots
so
together, which Mike Babcock doesn't like doing.
Who would you put Muzz in with if Barry jumps up with Riley? Hall.
Yeah.
And then you go.
I'd go CC Dermott. CC. CC Dermott.
I guess that works out.
No, I'd go Muzz and Dermott, and then Hole.
Go
then maybe even Hole Sandin.
So you're saying you'd call up Sandin in that situation
over CC? Yeah, trade CC.
No, I gotta be honest. They're not gonna bring up Sandin, man. I'm telling you. I think they're waiting till next year. I don't think he's.
They better not wait till next year.
I do not think they're gonna give him another shot.
I do.
Yeah,
I do. I think this team will get to a point where CC he's costed them so many goals.
Oh my! Just get him out of here, man. Please.
Yeah. So one really quick topic I want to discuss before we throw to an interview that we actually have with two other RTA Sport Media students who aren't Leaf fans, so get ready for some arguments.
Some good banter.
Yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to be there, which has been a theme of this show so far. But obviously Christian and Julian, I'm confident you guys did a great job. I'm excited to hear, yelling from two Leafs fans, a Flames fan, and a Habs fan. That'll be exciting. But if there's one more thing I want to talk about before we throw to that, it would be, what are your guys' expectations for the Leafs versus Islanders?
Lots of booing towards John Tavares.
Yeah, I'm for the actual game though. We're talking about. Granted, there actually could be a delayed game penalty if one of them throws, another rat or something. Or
Yeah.
What was it? Rubber snake at John Tavares? Yeah.
Or the jersey, or when they were booing him in the penalty box.
Did you guys see them run over his jersey with a truck?
Dude, that was horrible.
And
You guys are grown men.
it was the Black Islanders jersey too, so those things need to be run over.
Yeah.
There was a report that said the first day that John Tavares played back in Long Island,
They sold out the arena.
not only was there a sellout, but they had over 100 photos shared on Instagram of John Tavares jerseys being burned in the first hour.
Wow. So it's the most, despite not being on the team, John Tavares is still keeping that franchise afloat.
Yeah,
He was probably the most bought jersey that year, just to burn.
Just to burn.
Just to burn.
to burn.
People buying jerseys
honestly.
to burn.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that game just because the rivalry's fun. It is fun. There's a playoff atmosphere.
Oh yeah,
It's more rivalry in the crowd than a rivalry in the.
Oh
on
yeah,
the game.
no, of course. But the atmosphere that they create is incredible. You have to give them credit for that, because this team is 12-3-2. They are an incredible hockey team, coached by Barry Trotz. It's a Barry Trotz hockey team.
Are they an incredible hockey team? I think they're just an incredibly coached hockey team.
Which makes them an incredible hockey team.
I guess.
Right. So hopefully we can actually step up and have a good game against them tonight. Granted, when you guys are listening to this, you'll probably know the result, but these are just our thoughts going into the game.
If we won, then we won. Good job. The team's so good. If we lost, then the team's a disaster.
And we should tank for Lafreniere.
Yeah.
well, I think it's important that the Leafs really get on a good stride here because we're going on a long road trip coming
With
up
some
soon.
tough games.
Tough games.
Islanders.
Islanders, Boston, right?
Yeah, Pittsburgh.
So I think a win here is key, especially after the last two games.
Of course.
But I don't know. With this Islanders team, they're looking really good, man.
All right, yeah, so that's all we have to say about the Leafs for now. Hopefully you guys enjoy the interview that we have coming up for you, and thanks for tuning in.
Okay, so we're here with the first guests in podcast history. We got Adam and Steph. Introduce yourselves.
So my name is Adam Spizziri. I'm a Calgary Flames fan. I'm also part of TSB. I do the graphics for them, and I'm a part of the Sport Board podcast where we talk about all 4 North American sports leagues.
My name's Steph. I'm a Habs fan, also part of TSB. Do a lot of graphics on there. One day we're gonna get big. Got to put in the grind, and hopefully.
Hopefully we get the account back.
Yeah, we talked about that in our podcast. So stay tuned.
So Steph, you're a Habs fan?
I am.
That's unfortunate, but it's fine. We're diverse here. So we'll start with Adam. How did you become a Flames fan?
So my dad was a Flames fan in the late 80s/90s when the Flames won the Cup. So his best friend was a Habs fan, and they played the Habs in the 89 finals, and we beat you guys. Not like we were alive to witness it, but
Yeah.
We beat you in '86.
yeah, I know, but we beat you in 89, so like the soonest one. So yeah.
Steph, we beat you in 67. Calm down.
Oh, 67, 50 years ago.
52 years ago.
Yeah, so that's how I became a Flames fan. Dad, Flames fan, son, Flames fan.
I became a Habs fan courtesy of my dad. He just jumped on the wagon in the 70s when the Habs were winning a whole bunch of cups. He hated the Leafs because I guess he just hated Leaf fans. And
Similar to me and you.
Yep. And eventually, when I started watching hockey, he gave me He gave me 2 options. He said, "You're either going to be a Habs fan and watch hockey with me, or you're not watching hockey at all." So I chose to be a Habs fan and watch hockey.
That's probably the worst choice out of the two. not gonna lie.
Oh,
All right. Okay. So, Adam, anything you want to talk about in the Flames, like particularly this year, like their start or anything?
they started off super rough, like incredibly rough, like 5-6-1 rough. So I am not happy with how they're playing at all. They've played 19 games, the most in the NHL. Had probably the most difficult schedule, just like travel wise. They've traveled the most kilometers out of every team. Played the most games by 2 in every team. They have not played good hockey at all, and somehow they're 3 games above 500. They've beaten some good teams and lost to some bad teams. And I want to talk about Johnny Gaudreau for a second and Sean Monahan.
Okay.
I want to make a bold prediction right here that they're getting split up this offseason. If we don't go past the second round,
You think Monahan's getting traded?
Monahan, yeah, not Gaudreau.
So who's gonna be your first line center? Derek Ryan.
No, Elias Lindholm.
Can
He is
play
a
center? If he can
Well,
play
he
center.
played center for Carolina, right?
Yeah.
So it would be Kachuk, Lindholm, Gaudreau,
That's
which is a
line.
good line. And I think we can get something good out of Sean Monahan. And this is leading into what I think is also going to happen in the offseason. The Calgary Flames sign Taylor Hall.
Ooh.
He's from Calgary.
That
He's
would
on the New Jersey Devils. Not a great team right now. I can totally see it happening going to his hometown.
that would mean though that they would have 3 elite left wingers. You're gonna have Gaudreau, you're gonna have Kachuk, you're gonna have Hall.
Kachuk can play right wing.
Kachuk can play right wing.
Kachuk
Okay.
plays right wing on the first line.
Funny enough, on our last show, we actually talked about Taylor Hall. We said that Montreal would be the best possible
See,
location.
I would make that.
They need center depth more than they need left wing.
I would make the-
Paline, Suzuki. They have centers coming up. Kakanyemi. I mean,
But they won't play. They're not like a first line center that is also. I think you can consider him a veteran. He's played what 6 years,
Who?
7 years. Taylor Hall.
okay.
He's not a vet, but you know what I mean. Like he would be so good. Former first overall pick, right? He was first.
yeah.
Now he's gonna teach all these younger centers, so it would make sense.
See, I would make the argument that Taylor Hall could come to Montreal because, unlike the Flames, we have Thomas Tatar right now as our first line left wing, and he's expendable. Like he's good. Don't get me wrong.
He's
I
a third line player on like
I like
the
to
Leafs. In
I like
Calgary.
to dab, but like
Or a healthy scratch on Vegas.
or that.
but he's expendable for sure. And but the only thing is, though, I don't think Taylor Hall's going to want to go to a big market. I really don't think Taylor Hall's going to want to go to.
That's
a big
why
market
he'd go to
like
Calgary, back in his hometown.
I think he just wants to go to a playoff team.
I think he just wants to go to a legitimate playoff team.
So the Calgary Flames.
Yeah.
I can see it
guess,
happening.
I guess.
Okay, so after last season's disappointment,
Yeah.
what were your expectations for the Flames coming into this season?
They're higher when we get to the playoffs. I know Lucic is horrible. I know he's horrible, but he can't get any worse than Neil did last year. So there was no improvement there skill wise. But I think in the playoffs, Lucic will have an impact. Do I think we're going to be first seed, second overall? Hell no. Hell no. It's not second overall for sure, but I think we can still make first seed because Edmonton's going down.
So you guys think you can win the division?
Yeah, but not the conference.
I mean, yeah, I'd say it's either you guys or Vegas
Yeah, it's either one of us.
because San Jose is not so good.
No. And I don't think Edmonton or Vancouver are for real.
No,
Vancouver can slip into a wild card spot, but that's if Arizona goes to the shitter. But I think Arizona's a really good team.
Okay, so Steph, what were your expectations for Montreal coming into this season?
I mean, the last 2 seasons they've been substantially low,
Abysmal.
abysmally low. I honestly thought we were gonna like fall back a lot. I thought my prediction at the beginning of the year was that we were gonna finish 12th in the
Ooh.
Eastern Conference.
It's low.
I just thought last year was kind of just like, we want to prove everybody wrong. We had a lot of new players like Domi, Tatar. I felt like it was, I felt like it. Thomas Tatar.
Yeah, your commentator's a weirdo.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I thought it was a really, I thought it was a prove it year last year for the Habs. Also, remember Weber was out too. And so I thought this year when like the expectations kind of get like pushed up a little bit, we're going to fall back to earth a little
back to
bit.
reality, as Eminem would say.
Yes.
Okay, so how have you thought about what have you thought about their start so far?
Well, we're 8-5-3
Which is
and
pretty good.
which is not bad, but we have been super, super inconsistent. I'm going to give you an example. Versus the Leafs, that was definitely our game of the season to this point.
Which one?
The second game versus the Leafs. That was 100% our best game. I know the Leafs were coming off a back-to-back, so that could be a reason why maybe they didn't play the greatest. But when you look at that game and then you compare it to like the game versus Dallas, the game versus Philly, which we just played last night, Philly outshot us, I think, by like 40-20 or something like that.
That's
And
fine.
I think versus the Leafs, we outshot the Leafs by like 40-20 as well.
Yeah.
It was something like that. So we've been really inconsistent this year. Our last like 5 goal scorers have been our defensemen, 2 from Sherratt, 2 from Mete, and 1 from Weber.
Mete, like a goal scoring king now.
Oh,
Goal scoring
honestly.
king now. So I'm not really. I'm a little bit surprised that we are a 5-3. I thought we'd be a little bit worse than this, but overall, I can't complain. I guess I can't complain.
I have the complete opposite view on my team. We've been consistent, but consistently bad. I don't know how we're winning games. That's just like, to me, I look at it as a positive because we're not playing good hockey and we're 3 games above 500. And it's not like Kachuk's playing bad, but Gaudreau, like, he's a point per game player and he's not getting a point per game. He's like, I think he has 17 points in 19 games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So he's usually an above point per game player. So if he starts playing good.
So, like, Steph, what's one move you would make right now here at Habs? One trade.
Well, see, I view this team, and I think it's ready for the future for sure. We have prospects coming out like everywhere. We got like Paling, Kakanyemi, Suzuki, Romanov, Primo, Brooke, Fleury. We got young players in every position. I view our first round pick. Conor, we don't have Conor Mcmichael. What do you mean? We have Cole Caulfield.
Oh, yeah.
McMichael's on Washington.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
McMichael's on Washington, boss.
Oh, that's what I meant. I always get those two mixed up. I meant Cole Caulfield.
Anyway, I view our first round pick this year as 100% expendable. What would I use that first round pick to acquire? A left-handed defenseman. I think that we're still lacking there, even though we signed, good old Ben Sherrod and Carl Alsner, and
I think he should be your number one. Those are your number one and number two.
In 2 out of 3 off seasons, we signed Alsner and Sherrod, and Sherrod's been playing
Not for the money he's getting.
not for the money he's getting, but like as a third pairing defenseman, I think he could work, but definitely should not be playing like 20 odd minutes a night with Jeff Petrie.
Like Taken, he's making the same amount of money as Noah Hannafin.
Yeah, it shouldn't be happening.
And Noah Hannafin's like
Good.
22,
Yeah, he's
23, 24.
Yeah, he's all right.
He's pretty young.
Yeah, he's pretty young. He's pretty good.
Were you impressed with Montreal's offseason, or would you want more? Like,
Well, we didn't really do much. The only thing we really did that was worth noting was trade Andrew Shaw, and we traded him for 1 or 2.
Andrew
second
Shaw's a
round.
god, though.
I mean, you guys signed Aho for one day.
True. Good old offer sheet.
Good old offer sheet. I mean, I knew that nothing was gonna come out of that. You kind of figured that. Come on, Carolina's gonna have to match.
I'm surprised you guys didn't offer sheet like Kachuk or
I know.
or Line or something.
I know.
Marner.
Marner.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, that would have been nuts.
Connor, yeah, there's a bunch of RFA. Rantanen too. There's a bunch of RFAs this year. Actually, we RFA sheeted Point, but he just rejected. He's like,
He's like, I don't want to go there.
He's like, I'm not going there. I'm in,
please.
I'm in South Beach, Florida. I'm okay. I'll just chill here.
For real.
I mean, Montreal's ahead of Tampa right now in the standings, so
That is true.
It's true. Maybe
Calgary's 6th in the standings right now.
in the West,
No, in the
Wait.
league.
in the whole league, oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean-
but they've played the most games by a lot. They've played 2 more games than everybody. But that's just like,
So I think this is
They've
the
got a
perfect time to talk about the bet I offered on the last
oh yeah.
podcast, or 2 podcasts ago at this point. So, what do you think of that?
I think it's fair. Like it's like if it was like a minus or plus, it would be like a minus 120 for the Leafs.
Because right now, Leafs have 21 points, Flames have 22 points.
You guys played
Two less games.
But I think we've been on the harder schedule and we haven't been playing good at all.
So what? $25? What do you want to make it?
I was saying $100. That's how confident I am that we're gonna finish higher.
Oh, okay.
I'll do 50 though. We'll do $50.
I was thinking something like $25 and then an extra $2 for every point, like something like that. You know?
Oh, okay. So
Like,
like a spread.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do an extra $5 for every 2 points that they're
Okay.
away from each other.
So $25 flat,
Flat, whoever comes higher.
and then an extra
$5.
$5
So if
for
we get-
every 2 points. So,
So if we get 10 points more than Toronto, that's another. I can't do math. 25.
that's 50.
So it'd be $50.
Okay, shake on this right now.
Shake on it. No cameras, but we shook on it. Stefano no can.
I saw it. I saw the shade.
He saw it from the other room.
I think what's going to be pretty sick is the December 12 game versus the Leafs. We're all going to Real Sports Bar to watch it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna be crazy.
I'm going to be the only Flames fan in there. Force the girlfriend to put on a Flame shirt.
You're gonna
And Stefano.
yeah, you're gonna force Steph to put on a
Steph's
flame
putting
shirt.
on a Flame shirt. He's not coming. I'm not picking him up.
Which one? Which one do you got for him?
Who do you want? Goudreau, Monahan, or McInnes, or Camilleri, or Plain?
I'll take good old Al McInnes. Baby.
Okay, you
Take
got a-
that
you got a
big
McInnes one.
clapper.
Oh,
So he's gonna go old school. So it's like he's not a fan, but he's like a fan.
okay. So Julian just walked in. So Julian, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good, pretty good.
So we're mid-interview with Steph and Adam. We're just talking about their team. So we're going to go Adam. Like, overperformers, underperformers on the Flames this year. What do you think?
So it's pretty obvious to just put Gaudreau as an underperformer because he's not playing at the same pace that he's playing last year. But my underperformer is going to be Sean Monahan. He's been absolutely horrible offensively. Like, you can't see him.
I was never that high on him.
I was high.
Neither was
okay, well, you have to be high on him when he's putting up 30 goals every season since entering the league.
Yes, but
he's a good player.
Oh, he's
But
good.
right now he has 4 goals in 19 games.
He's more of a really good 2C for me. Like, he'd be a really good...
That's why so we experimented a little bit with putting Lindholm on center on the first line and Tkachuk on the right wing, and I think for 3 games they did really good, especially Tkachuk and Lindholm. They have sick chemistry. The only problem with that is Sean Monahan going down to the second line moves Backlund to the third line.
Yeah.
And Backlund, he's getting paid $5.5 million a year. Like,
And he's not a bad second line center.
He's probably a top 10 two-way center in the NHL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
I think best case scenario would be, like for you guys, is get a really good first line center and then keep Backlund as a 2 center because I think Backlund's a good.
I think that Lindholm's a good center, like the first line center.
Yeah.
He can 100% play first line center for a long time. We have him locked up.
The problem is when you say get a first line center. How do you just get a first line center? You can't just go out and say, "Oh, wow, first line center."
We were
Let's
hoping
go.
Dylan Dubé just becomes our first line center.
What do you mean? It's
In the future.
It's not that hard. You just walk into free agency and you sign a top 10 center.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah, like David Backus.
Or like John
Yeah.
Tavares. You just sign him. It's not that hard.
Mm-hmm.
We
Not
did
that
it.
hard. Not that
Yeah,
hard.
so my underperformer is
Didn't even take a meeting with you
Sean
guys.
Monahan.
Mhm.
My overperformer, who's been playing lights out right now, is Derek Ryan.
I've always liked
he's
him.
good.
I love
He's
Derek
good.
Ryan. He's so good.
Guy
He's
came
so
over-
tiny.
The guy came over as like a 27-year-old
Yeah,
from like
rookie at 27.
Switzerland. And
But
it's all of a
that's
sudden like, who's this guy?
The only thing I can respect about Bill Peters, like, he's not that great of a coach in my opinion, but his high, like, he's so high on Derek Ryan, but like he has every reason to be.
Back in 2018 when Bozak left, I really wanted us to sign
Derek
Ryan as our 3C, but then we signed Tavares, so it was fine.
So I mean, yeah,
I'll take Johnny T any day.
I'll take that one.
yeah. So he has 9 points in 19 games, and he's playing 4th line minutes. He's not even playing 15 minutes a night.
It's really good. Steph, what about the Habs?
Okay. As a Habs fan, it's pretty easy to see who our overperformer is this season. It's obviously been Yoel Armia. He's got 10 points in 14 games. He did get hurt, but he's playing on the second line right wing right now with, I believe, Domi and Drouin, I want to say. And he always had the potential, being a former first-round pick of Buffalo and then getting traded to Winnipeg, being put on the third line right wing there. Even last year, he played the third line right wing on the all-finish line. But this year, he's getting a chance, and he's getting a chance on the second line with us trading Andrew Shaw. And he's taking full advantage of it. Like I said, 10 points in 14 games. He's playing hard. He looks like he has an all-around game. He's not just putting up points. He's going into the corner. He's banging bodies, scoring goals. He's making plays. Really been impressed by Yoel Armia.
Okay, so Julian, I think now we should give our opinions on the Flames and Habs from outside perspective. So
Yeah.
I know Julian
Julian,
hates the Flames.
so
Yeah,
He
Julian,
buddy.
doesn't even want him in the playoffs.
this is the 3rd straight episode we're gonna trash on the Flames. So Julian, what's your opinion on the Flames?
Adam, I do not have the Flames in my predictions to make the playoffs.
Is there a reason for that?
Ooh.
I just don't think they're good anymore, man.
Do you have a brain? Do you have any logic at all?
listen. If we go back to Sean Monahan, that's my underperformer.
He is an underperformer.
Okay. I could even go back to my NHL 20 team. Like, he sucks. Like, just on my
Are you talking about NHL 20 as in the gameplay?
in NHL 20 as a
As in,
player?
like,
He
putts.
sucks.
Oh my
in
god,
real life, he sucks.
He's terrible in games, bro. He's too slow in games.
He's slow.
And you don't play defense in NHL 20, but that's like what people don't know about him. He plays solid in his defensive end.
and I guess for overperformer, look, Lindholm.
No, you can't say he's overperforming because last year he finished with 80 points.
Okay.
This
say
year
anything about
he's
Lindholm?
leading the Flames. Anybody who attacks Lindholm, like Gaudreau struggling, Monahan struggling, Lindholm's still putting up points.
No, Lindholm. He's been their guy this year.
Lindholm has Tkachuk has been, but like Lindholm's been our second guy. Tkachuk he's a point per game.
I mean, Ryan is pretty good. I mean,
I love Ryan.
right? I mean, like Christian was saying, would have liked to have him, but can't argue with Tavares, right? So
True.
So what do you think about the Habs this year?
Habs, you know what? I think they, and I'll be honest, I usually hate on the Habs pretty heavily.
I mean, I hope you do.
The guy wearing a Nordiques hat is hating on the Habs.
But
Love to see it.
right?
Love to see it.
But I gotta be honest with you. I think they're gonna make a playoff run this year.
Oh, a playoff run?
A run.
Like, how fast are they running?
No,
They're not running.
I think they're gonna make.
They're
the
like
playoffs.
they're like slow walking to the playoffs.
Listen,
Like if they
listen,
get in, they're
listen,
gonna get
listen.
swept in the first round. Like they're gone.
No,
they have to play
They've
Washington
got a better
or
chance than
Tampa.
the Flames, buddy.
A playoff crawl.
They have a better chance to play. Are you good
They have a better chance than the Flames
to make the playoffs or
Yes.
to go far in the playoffs?
to make the playoffs.
Do you see the Eastern Conference? And then do you see the Western Conference? Who's good in the Pacific?
Not
No one. How don't they make it in?
Not the Flames.
How don't they make it in? I don't understand.
The levels are a little insane
No,
right now.
I've kept my voice very good. I'm a pro
okay.
at this level still.
Well, I'm the complete opposite. I don't even expect a playoff
Crawl.
a roll.
No,
like
we're
I don't
gonna-
expect anything. I
we're
don't
gonna-
expect them to make the playoffs. At the beginning of the year, I expected them to be 12th in the East. I said that
I'm
already.
telling you right now. Okay.
On the Flames all the
Come
time.
April,
On them all
the
the time.
Montreal Canadiens will be in the playoffs, and the Calgary Flames will not.
Okay, let me take a more balanced approach on here.
Please tell me you have a brain. That's another $1 into the swear jar, but I don't care.
Oh my god. Okay, so this part is definitely not going to Spirit Live.
No, it can. You just cut it out.
Okay,
Cut it out.
so
We do too.
I have the Flames in the playoffs, and I have the Habs in the playoffs. I think they'll both.
Disagree heavily.
I think they'll both make the playoffs.
He just wants to fight me.
I think the Flames will finish second in the division.
Are you okay?
Thank you.
That division is horrible.
It's horrible.
Edmonton's terrible. Vancouver is overrated. They'll make a wild card. Arizona will finish third. Anaheim is gonna fall off.
Whoa, wait.
No,
Okay, so
no,
you don't
no.
think San Jose is going to bounce back?
No,
No.
San Jose's
Okay.
missing, buddy.
They're-
Okay.
they're
So one
getting-
thing I can agree on.
They're
There
getting
we go.
like sub 900 goaltending, and they've lost pieces and gotten older.
Yeah.
They can't. It's gonna be Vegas first, Calgary second,
No.
Arizona third.
Vegas.
But wait,
first,
how don't
yes.
you think? Why is Calgary not a good team to you?
Because they're okay.
What's not good about them? Our problem was goaltending,
See?
and Riddick is 950
okay,
save
okay, I will say this.
Everyone stop. Literally 5 minutes ago, Adam was talking about how bad the Flames have been, and then when somebody else talks about how bad the Flames have been,
I'm constructive criticizing my Flames.
It's like
I
it's-
think they're playing bad, but they're still winning games.
Okay,
Once
I'll
they start
give you
playing
this.
good,
I'll
they
give
can
you
be
this.
one of the top 5 teams in the NHL.
Riddick is amazing.
Oh,
I'll give you that. I
Riddick's
will
amazing.
Give you that.
But apparently now we don't have
That is
offensive
it.
defense.
No,
What?
I'm telling. If the Pacific Division for me would go Vegas at the top, followed by Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yep.
Okay.
Followed by. I actually think the Oilers are gonna make the playoffs.
okay, but we're taking this from the guy who said Leon Draisaitl was the #1 player in the NHL last week,
Who said that?
Julian himself.
Stop the podcast.
He is right now. He is
This
right
interview's
now.
done. Pasternak is right now.
No, Draisaitl, man.
Oh no, he's not.
Go look. Go
he's
look at the
not.
points.
I did.
Victor-
Pasternak's first.
Victor Mete is first.
No. Frolik. Okay.
Okay,
That-
so I'm going to talk about, and the Habs, I feel like they'll finish 5th in the division, which might be good enough for a wild card.
maybe.
So same thing as last year, in and around the wild card.
I think it's going to be Boston first, Tampa, then Toronto, then...
Wow, you don't even have your team top 3?
No,
I mean,
I said third.
top 2.
I'm just saying
No.
the Habs are 2
And-
points away from the Leafs right
And then Florida, and then
okay,
Montreal.
but like it's so early into this.
Buffalo's going to fall off.
20 games in.
Yeah.
We're 20 games in. Last year, Buffalo was like on pace to like break some President's Trophy
I know.
record
and,
last
and
year.
the Lightning are
and
6
they didn't even
9
make the
and 1 or something.
playoffs.
I feel like Tampa hasn't played a game in like 2 weeks.
No, they've played 13 games.
Tampa's
all
in
season.
trouble.
I-
Like,
No, they're not.
I
they're
I
not.
watched
They're
one of
gonna
their
be
ga-
that team that bounces back.
Nylander
Yeah.
has more points than Kucherov.
I
Just
watched
say that
one.
in.
Yeah, I watched one of their games, and Ryan McDonough, Sergachev, and Cernak, especially Chernak, they look terrible. They look really.
I
whole
think John
team-
Cooper's a horrible coach.
Ooh.
So
Hot
I don't
take.
care.
Hot take.
No, that's not a hot take. I think a lot of
I don't know.
NHL insiders think it too. Like John Cooper's not a good coach.
Quick question: who do you guys think has the best chance to win Jack Adams this year?
Barry Trotz.
Barry
100%.
Trotz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or, what's his name? On Boston.
Cassidy, Bruce Cassidy,
I was going to say Jack Edwards.
Jack Edwards.
the commentator.
Yeah.
Might as well be. I think Jack Edwards is going to win.
I
Because
think we're running out of time though.
are we? What
Yeah,
time do we have until?
We have it until 2, but I have this headphone.
Okay,
One.
so we're gonna go maybe 5 more minutes, and we're gonna have
cool.
Steph and Adam talk about what they think about the Leafs so far,
All right.
or
think-
in general.
Oh God.
I think they're underperforming. I'm not a lunatic like this idiot over here, but I actually have some logic and a brain, and I think the Leafs are playing bad hockey and still winning games. Once they start playing good hockey, they can win the division.
Do you think they can win the division?
Not win the division. I take that back. Second in division, Tampa third. You guys miss Boston for the first time in 4 years or 3 years.
But then we beat Tampa and then play Boston anyways.
You beat Tampa, lose to Boston. You guys actually get swept.
No way.
Matthews doesn't score a goal. I'm just
Okay,
playing.
no, against Boston it would 100% go 7 and we lose. There's no
Yeah.
way we're in swept.
No, but
Every
I
time.
think the Leafs haven't played one good game. They haven't played one good game.
This
They played
season.
shit, they played horrible.
I thought the
against,
game against the Capitals.
This
was
season
pretty
they haven't played one good
good.
game.
I thought that when they
The
played the
Leafs?
Capitals.
This whole season.
They played like one good game.
In
You say I'm
in
the
17
idiot.
games.
Come on, man.
Yeah, they haven't played like their like standard.
Okay.
But that's also
That's
because they've been
crazy,
missing
dude.
Hyman, they've
Come
been
on.
missing Tavares. You can't say that they've played really
Okay,
good
but
hockey.
no,
Dude,
no,
the
but
game
no
against the Capitals was amazing.
No
Okay, that's
team-
the only game.
No.
What other game did they play really good?
They were early on. We had some good games.
I think last night they played really good against
Yeah.
a good team. I
That
mean,
was- that was a
there's
fast
been
game.
no perfect.
Last night they were good, but like
There's been no
Vegas was really bad offensively.
Freddie Anderson bailed them
Yeah,
out.
you can't.
Freddie
you can't
has been
say-
a great goalie.
You can't
Don't
say
get
you
me
had a
wrong.
good game when you guys brought it to overtime 2-1 against Malcolm Subban.
And
Okay,
if-
but Vegas is a great team.
Look,
No, but they didn't even play
But
good.
okay,
That's the problem.
what insane game has the Flames had?
I literally at the top of the
Okay,
show I said
then-
they haven't played one good
Exactly.
game.
Then no team has had this insane game you're talking about.
yes.
No, what do you mean?
What team has had a game where they've just like,
A good game? I think Colorado has played like 15 good games.
okay, let's go to the Leaf schedule right now. They've definitely played a good game.
No, I'm not saying a good team.
A good game.
Okay.
Who
Let's
has
let's
the
get to
brain
my
now?
opinion. Let's get to my opinion on the Leafs.
Okay, go.
As a Habs fan, I hate to say this, but I think the sky's the limit for this team. On paper, you look at them, they got players in every position.
Yeah,
They got players in every position. And it scares me because I don't want to see them have success.
but they won't.
The key thing you
Okay,
said
so
is
they have
on
Trust me,
two-year
we
window.
won't. We won't have any success.
Yeah,
no way.
but they have a 2-year window.
You look at it, it's like you have Morgan Riley, Tyson Berry.
Tyson Berry for 1 year.
Tyson Berry's
Tyson
been
Berry for-
horrible.
remember, I'm just counting about this year though. Jake Muzzin, your defensive core is finally filled out for the first time
I know
in like
this is
10
this is their best
years.
chance.
Mike-
This year's their
this
best
is
Mike
chance.
their
Babcock.
chance.
Yeah.
Mike Babcock. We were
Yeah.
playing Cody Cece 28 minutes a night.
Yeah,
get rid
So
of
did you
CC
check like if you
now.
had a good game?
Okay.
Like on paper?
So on paper, probably our best game is probably the 4-3 win against the Bruins. Like, just on paper result, and I think the best game we actually played was a loss against Washington. I think we.
Okay, but can you respect my point that I said they haven't played to their standard?
No,
yet?
we haven't had a.
They haven't hit their
Look,
peak
the
playing.
games
No, definitely
against the Wild and the Kings, yeah, we have
Okay,
to
but
have
those are terrible teams.
Wild.
The
Yeah, and
Wild.
we did not play good against.
No,
those teams.
you didn't play good against the Kings at all.
No, but
So
I would
that's what I'm
I
saying.
disagree what you're saying though about how we haven't played good at all. Like, I think there's been games where we've come out flying.
I just said you haven't played to the standards. Like you haven't been playing like good hockey considering
No,
like, last
no.
year was really good hockey for you guys.
Okay.
I wouldn't consider that either because
I disagree.
A lot of the games last year with the Leafs, they'd play good for like 2 periods.
That's
and
true.
then
Yeah,
they would
last
play-
year, we've been playing better hockey this year than last year.
They've been playing more consistent hockey than
Yeah.
last year.
Yeah.
It's more like, all right, if we're going to have a good game, we're going to play good through all 3 periods.
Yeah.
If we're going to have a crappy game, we're going to play crappy through all 3
But
periods.
I think they have another step to like kick in.
I mean,
Yes,
I think
100%.
our best like first 2 periods was the first game against Montreal. We played amazing those first
Yes.
2
Yep.
periods, and then we blew the game. But if we have Anderson in, we win that game quite easily. I think.
Anderson's that key right there every game, man.
I know, but you can't rely on your goalie.
you
all the time.
cannot
No,
rely
but
on your goalie.
if you
Like
have
he's bailed you out too much, and if you guys
But
overwork him, he's
the-
going to be
but
gone by the playoffs.
Is the goalie not
Gone.
part of the team?
No,
Like,
100%.
yes.
I'm just saying
Actually-
you can't rely on him all the time.
David brought this up. Look at the last 4 teams to make the Stanley Cup final. You had Boston, you had St. Louis, you have Vegas, you have Washington. All 4 of their teams. You have Fleury in 2018.
Best goalie of all time.
He okay. He got hurt during the year. He only ended up playing like 60 games.
Yeah.
Then you had Braden Holtby.
No, he didn't play 60 games.
Who? Fleury?
Fleury?
That year?
No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
2018.
Okay,
Yeah, he
but
got hurt.
Vegas
Yeah, he got
overworks
hurt, but he
Fleury
didn't
more than
play
anyone.
Well, hold on. So Fleury, he got hurt. Okay, so he only ended up playing about 55, 60 games.
No. Yeah, I think you're getting that wrong. 'Cause
I don't think I'm wrong. there,
Oscar
Chief.
Dansick, whatever his name is, Malcolm Subban played. There's
Yeah,
no way
Legacy.
that when he missed like 25 games. There's no way he played
Legacy
every
too.
game when he came back.
No. If you watch Vegas, they literally do not have they
No, they don't. They don't
they,
play Malcolm
they
Subban.
decide we don't play back.
Oh no. I know, but I'm saying 2018 is when he got hurt for like 25
Yeah,
games.
and
There's no way
he
he played every
he
single game.
played every other game beside that.
Did he really?
Crazy.
Check,
Anyway,
please.
anyway,
Check, I'm sure.
Anyway, whatever.
Because that would mean he played like an 80-game season, continuing into the playoffs.
Point is, though,
Which would be nuts.
and then you also had Braden Holtby that year. He split time with Philip Grubauer, and then he won the job in the playoffs. He ended up only playing about, again, 55, 60 games. Tuukka Rask.
He played 46 games.
Who?
Fleury
Yeah,
in
yeah.
2018.
Told
There you go. So even...
No, you said 60. I was
Okay,
like,
okay.
there's no way.
But that further proves my point.
Yeah.
All right, I think we got to wrap this up.
Okay, we got to
really
wrap
quickly.
Let me just finish this point up here.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you had Binnington last year. Guy only played like 25, 30
Yeah.
games during the regular season.
Yeah.
Gets into the playoffs. This guy's a god. Nobody could score on him.
Yeah.
Same thing with Tuukka Rask. Tuukka Rask only played like 55
Yeah, they
games
split
last
it.
year. He split time with a lock.
Yeah, I definitely think the key is giving Anderson some rest.
You cannot rely on your goalie
You can.
to win you games
And that's the thing,
into
man.
the playoffs.
If they're gonna make a look at Game 7 last year, what happened to the Leafs, man? He was done. Freddie was tired.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this is the perfect time to end it here. So, Adam, it was great to have you on.
Thanks.
Steph, it was great to have you on. We'll
Thanks,
definitely
Chris.
have you guys on more
Thanks,
in the
guys.
future.
Sweet, 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so we'll see you guys.
Yep.
All right, see ya.
Welcome back, everybody, from our interview with Adam and Stefano. I hope you guys enjoyed that. A lot of banter that went on in that little 15-minute gap there, but we're going to get on to some questions now. And Christian, would you like to lead us into that?
Okay, so our first question is top 5 goalies right now. Just really quickly, who are some of the best goalies in the league?
David, you want to lead that off?
Tuukka Rask, Freddie Anderson. He's November Freddie. Oh my God, he's been incredible. You got to think Darcy Kemper.
Yeah.
It's been pretty fantastic. I know Christian would love to say Darcy Kemper. Who else? Who else would you guys put on that list?
What I got right here is Freddie Anderson, Tuukka Rask, Marc-Andre Fleury, and I still kind of consider Vasilevsky one of the top 5.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw in Carey Price as well.
But because you have to.
Yeah, I'm going to give a quick tribute to Riddick, though, because he's played really well.
Okay, my list is I have a number 1, and then I have a bunch of everyone else. So my number 1 is John Gibson. I think just definitively he is the best goalie when you look at goal saved above average and all these advanced metrics. His save percentage is usually a little low because he doesn't play on a good team. But without him, the Ducks would be absolutely screwed.
It's true.
Then other goalies that are good that are up there: Anderson, Fleury, Rask, Bishop, Leonard. Those guys I think are some of the elite.
Yeah, if we're listing top goalies in the league for me personally, it really goes down to high danger chances, and there are certain teams that allow a lot of those, like the Chicago Blackhawks and the Toronto Maple Leafs. So guys like Robin Lehner, Frederik Anderson, they're not going to have your raw numbers for you. They're not going to have well, Freddie might. He'll have a crazy win total just because he's getting every Leaf win. But Lehner won't have a fantastic record, so he won't be that talked about this year. But he's really put up, like, his last season was an outlier from his career, and he's really proving that he is that goalie right now.
Yeah, I think it wasn't that much of an outlier because we saw what happened with. He talked about his mental health and how.
Yeah, I'm very happy for him. You got to be so happy for the guy that he's come through and he's just been lights out.
He's always had the potential, and now he's fulfilling it.
Yeah, because he's always had stretches of being great, and then sort of stretches of not being so great.
You can't help but be happy for the guy, really.
Yeah,
Especially with
great
what
guy.
he's been through.
He's been such a good ambassador for mental health too.
Yeah, awesome. Awesome
And then
stuff.
I also put Darcy Kemper, Tuukka Rask, Ben Bishop. Those are just some of the top goalies in the league. And I'm honestly, just because he's a Richmond Hill native, I'm really happy Jordan Binnington has kept up his performance.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next question.
Who is the Calder favorite right now?
Cale Makar.
Easily.
Yeah.
It's not a question.
He's been absolutely insane. He might even be a Norris favorite. That's how good he's been.
Cabo Kako has picked up his play recently.
Yeah, two goals.
Two goals last night. Overtime winner.
Yeah.
Ilya Mikheyev has to be in that talk just because of his raw production.
Love him.
Yeah.
But Cale Makar is far and away the Calder favorite. This kid is outstanding.
Demko.
Ooh, maybe if the Canucks make the playoffs, he keeps up his performance. Was a 5-2-0 record, 2.13 GAA with a 931 save percentage.
Makar has been
pretty solid
unbelievable.
Makar, point per game, 18 points, 18 games.
How many goals?
5.
Wow.
Hopefully Hughes picks it up, though. I'd like to see him do it.
Which Quinn has been good.
Quinn's been great.
Jack.
Not so much.
The whole Devils team has not been great.
Could you imagine point per game season from a rookie defenseman?
Oh my god.
That's unbelievable.
Hughes is up to 9 points in 16 games. That's not horrible.
That's pretty good for a defenseman.
No, it's not horrible.
No.
I'm talking about
Jack.
Oh, okay.
It's still not bad, though, considering the team he's on.
And Quinn Hughes, I think he also has 9 points. Oh, Quinn Hughes has 12 points
See, there we go,
in 18
Quinn.
games.
And Capo Caco is 8 points in 16 games. All right.
Next question. We already talked about this one, so we'll go on to which prospect in the minors right now do you think will have the biggest impact this season or next season? We can do Leafs and then the rest of the league. So Leaf, what
Oh.
Leaf prospect do you think will have the biggest impact on the season?
Rasmus Sandin. It's not a question.
Yeah, I would probably go Rasmus Sandin or even Bracco if we don't get rid of Bracco. But
And then we're talking about best prospect in the league that hasn't
I'm-
that's been drafted but hasn't
Yeah,
been in the
I'm
league.
going to go with, for the Leaf option, Sandin is the obvious one, but I'm going to throw a quick shout out to my boy Nick Robertson.
Who's
yeah.
notably a forward.
Yes, he's lighting up the OHL right now. 19 goals, 28 points in 17 games.
Semyon Duragachintsev hopefully keeps that play up as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Robertson just got hurt. He'll be out for like a month, but I don't think that'll.
Robinson
Going
looks
back.
really good. Really excited for him.
Yeah, just turned 18, was the youngest player in the draft. I think the Leafs got a steal there.
That's awesome.
Sort of not exactly answering the question because I don't think he's the top prospect that's not in the league right now. But Arthur Kaliev is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I'm very excited for him to be in the league.
Another option here is Morgan Frost. I'm really excited for him.
Oh yeah,
Very- yeah,
Frost,
Frost's gonna be fun
man.
to
In
watch.
13 games in Lehigh Valley, he has 12 points. For an AHL rookie, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, because people look at AHL and if it's not point per game, they're sort of like freaked out by that. AHL scoring isn't
Bracco's,
necessarily high,
if you
It's
look
true.
if you look at Bracco, his first AHL season, he only had like 20 points in 50 games.
and that's a great rookie year.
Yeah, that's a good rookie year. But if you can go point per game as a 20-year-old rookie in the AHL, you got big things. And Sandin's doing it as a 19-year-old defenseman.
Maybe Bowen Byram as well, another prospect. you have to
Really
be
good
excited for.
potential from a lot of those guys we're listing off here.
Podkolzin. I love Podkolzin. I'm very excited. He's gonna be a couple years though. But I'm
Yeah,
excited
because
for
he has
him
a
to come
2-year
to the league.
contract.
in Russia.
Yeah, in the KHL. I'm also going to go with Kaprizov on the Wild.
That's
the
another
one
good
prospect the Wild have.
I don't know if he'll ever come over, but if he ever does, he'll be insane.
Or Sorokin on the Islanders. I don't know if he'll ever come over.
Is
either.
I don't think he will.
is Merkley playing in the NHL?
Which
Nick
one?
Merkley
Yeah.
Or Ryan
on-
Merkley?
No, actually Ryan. It's Ryan Merkley.
on the Sharks?
Yeah.
No.
No.
No, I think he can have maybe something there. Maybe.
He's a little. There's a lot of controversy with him.
Yeah,
There
his
is.
attitude.
Yeah. I heard he's
Also,
not.
He plays defense, but in the offensive zone. So that's not exactly a defenseman the Sharks are looking to call up right now.
Last one before we move on. Conor McMichael, 41 points in 16 games.
Was he drafted by the
Washington.
Washington. The Predators passed up on him.
Yeah.
I was thinking
That's
they're gonna
right.
get another great.
If your name's Connor Mick, I'd probably draft that guy.
Yeah,
Like
That's true.
you have to just based off of history.
That seems like a good.
You literally have
That
to.
seems like a good bet.
All right, let's go to our next question here.
Okay, pulling it up right now. Which city do you think deserves an expansion team next?
This is a tough
None.
question.
I can bet my life on what Julian is going to answer.
Okay.
Wearing the hat.
So
He's actually not wearing that.
Oh, he's actually
because-
not wearing the hat.
this is the first day I haven't worn the hat. I do actually agree with David. I don't think we need another expansion team for a long time.
So relocation can count too.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're doing relocation, then
Go back, please. Just please.
you want that? What's the that we want or that we
Or,
think we'll see?
Both. What do you
Oh,
want?
okay.
But don't be like Honolulu, like something like realistic.
Yeah. I don't know. Houston's looking like a serious option. They really are
That is true.
because they already have a good market. For
They
sports.
better not take my Coyotes away from me.
I mean, if the Coyotes keep up their success, their seeding actually isn't terrible. Like they don't sell out games,
Yeah.
but when they're successful historically in the past like decade, not terrible. When they made the conference finals, they were selling.
Do you remember that playoff run?
the
With
conference?
Sold out.
Mike
Yeah.
Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really don't think any team's going to be relocating anytime soon.
No, I don't
I
think so
don't.
either.
Yeah, didn't they say they're done expanding too? I mean,
Yeah,
it's a
they're-
32.
they're not
team
gonna
league.
go over
at that
32 is a pretty good number.
Yeah, if any, like I was fine with 30.
Yeah.
No, but you need
32,
Vegas
you're
in-
good.
You needed Vegas in there.
Vegas is cool.
I don't know. I guess for who I would want, the Quebec Nordiques is obviously on my wish list. But
But I think the NHL's expanded.
yeah.
They're done.
What? Okay, other than Quebec, if there's a Canadian team you want to see,
I
come
do
in.
not want a second team in Toronto.
No,
Ooh, that's
God, no.
Terrible idea.
I would be okay with that.
Like it'll generate a lot of money.
I think
But-
if the league was smart, they'd do it.
I hate it.
I hate the idea.
I hate it so much.
It's horrible.
Mm-mm.
I
They'd,
think
they'd be like the Islanders.
my idea would be like new Toronto team, move them into the Scotiabank Arena, and then build a whole new bigger arena for the
For the
Leafs.
Leafs?
Because the Leafs could easily sell out like 25 $18,000 a game,
Oh, hands
and
down.
yet they're stuck in an arena that only holds 18.
18,000. Yeah.
So I think there's more opportunities to that. But let's move on to the last question. What should the Leafs be willing to give up for a backup goalie?
What like
Cody Ceci.
Like, what's the most you'd give up for a backup goalie?
I wouldn't give up a Jeremy Bracco.
No.
Would you even give up a second-round pick?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
Especially-
Because they don't have their own first.
And Robertson was a second-round pick.
Yeah.
Second-round picks, especially this draft, is really good.
Oh my God, this draft.
Like people say that a lot. People always say, "Oh, this draft's really good. This draft is
this
really
draft.
This
is
draft is looking
incredible.
amazing.
Like, I know we needed to get rid of Marlowe, but not having our first this year is really gonna be a struggle on draft day.
Yeah, it will be, but it wasn't necessary.
It was
cost.
necessary. We
had to do that.
Thanks, Lou.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you very
Thanks.
much, Lou Lamoriello.
I wouldn't give up more than a fourth or a fifth.
I don't know what you can get with a fourth or a fifth though.
I think
Because what NHL goalies are ready? I don't listen. If the Leafs are acquiring a backup goalie, you aren't getting one from any other team. You're getting one from a minor league.
I know who we're getting.
Who?
Or I think I know who we should get.
Scott Darling,
We call up Washington. You know what I'm
Phoenix
going here?
Copley.
We get ourselves Phoenix Copley. Because right now he's not playing.
However, I think they're saving him for next season because I don't think they're going to re-sign.
So you think they're not going to re-sign Holtby and then they're going to go with
Samsonov
Copley? Maybe.
But who's someone that's going to provide a really like who you can count on?
we call up the Islanders? Hey man, Ilya Sorokin.
Yeah, he's not coming to you guys anyways. Just call him. I mean,
Just call us. He probably won't come to us anyway.
He wouldn't be able to come until next season anyways.
Yeah,
I do got to be honest. I really do miss Curtis McElhinney.
I do.
We all do.
I think everyone loved him here.
I haven't been confident in our backup goalie in a long time.
What about the Habs? We can try to get Lindgren,
Charlie Lindgren? Yeah, because they got Caden Primo now.
and they got Kincaid as their backup.
That is true. Price and Kincaid.
So Lindgren's kind of just chilling in Laval right now. I mean, he's not. He's putting up at 897 in the AHL.
But do we really need a big name? I mean, like the Avalanche have been successful with Frank Kuz and Werner.
I wouldn't call Charlie Lindgren a big name.
No, I'm saying like go to another team for their backup.
Yeah, I think we just try
And you're
Kaskisuo.
saying Charlie Lindgren isn't an all-star?
I think he is.
What are you
I mean,
talking about?
Remember when Habs fans were saying he was like the new Price?
The next price. Every goalie the Habs draft is the next price. I've never seen a franchise, like a fan base, so ready to get rid of a franchise goalie. Zach Fucali, the next Carey Price. Charlie Lindgren, the next Carey Price. Caden Primo, the next Carey Price. They just don't want him.
Okay, so that was all our questions. Now, before we leave, we need at least our 1 minute of weekly flame slander.
Oh, of course.
So-
This is just because on our partner podcast, TSB, of course they get named after the actual account. We're the little brother podcast.
Yeah, on their
here.
last podcast, they said they were the main podcast.
Yeah, we're just here.
that's
We're just
disgusting.
here.
That's kind of disrespect to us. We're calling them out right now.
And listen, no disrespect to anybody on that podcast,
Except Adam.
Except for Adam.
Disrespect to Adam.
We just-
Especially about what he said to me
Listen.
in our little interview.
the Lightning won that cup fair and square.
Ginla's overrated.
2004, baby.
Oh my god. Ginla's overrated. Theo Fleury, short. And that's wrong.
Monahan still sucks.
Mika
Monahan-
Kuprasov, just not good.
Monahan, not a good enough first line center to win a cup.
I mean,
Absolutely not.
even Adam admitted that. But
That's a fact.
Milan Lucic, you guys should play him. He's good.
They lost the trade. Mike Smith, you wish you still had him. Cam Talbot sucks.
Mark Giordano's old and is going to fall off.
And he's going to get even balder.
And you guys-
Norris nominated.
and
Wait,
you-
he won, right?
And you guys are going to overpay him in free agency.
That would be hilarious. This is the last year of his deal.
Yeah,
No.
I think so.
I don't think they'll pay. Do you think?
You
How
can't
much-
let him
how much
go.
Can you really pay for Mark Giordano?
Yo, this is their cup window. Like, oh, never mind. He has 2 more years.
Okay.
But
He-
then from there, what do you
How
do?
old is he, though? 36, 37?
Yeah, maybe he'll just retire after.
Imagine having such disrespect for the GM that you hold out for league minimum.
Who are we talking about? Manjapani.
Manjapani.
What a guy.
What a legend.
That was the hold that everyone was looking to. Like the whole summer, I was like refreshing my Twitter for Manjapani updates.
Oh, of course. The MA free agent.
It's the only thing that matters.
The only MA.
The only MA free agent that people actually cared about.
Okay, before this goes even crazier, let's shut it down.
Let's shut it down. Yeah, we're getting a little off the rails here. That's all right, though. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Above the Ice and Into the Numbers. I can't even remember our own name here. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. I feel like we're getting better and better with each episode, so make sure you tune in. Tell your friends. If you don't have any, tell your family.
Tell your grandma. Tell your cats.
Tell your cats. Tell your dogs. If you have a bird, tell him to.
Follow TSB on Instagram.
Yeah, I'll always follow TSB on Instagram. Thank you very much.
And if he unfollow and refollow.
Yes.
Because for a second that'll show up as an extra follow. And I can screenshot that and show
Okay,
my
we're
mom.
done here. Bye, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.